Welcome, 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 welcome back to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for y'all today. Got a lot to recap. Had a really good week last week. Want to get into all of it, guys? Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me all forms of social media: 3D Boxing, 3D Boxing Blog. All right, let me get into a couple of things first. Hang on. Let me check something out first. Hang on. Guys, please smash the like button. I'm going to get started in just a minute. All right. What up, muscles? Muscle checking in from the gym. I'm going to get to all that in a second. I'm going to get to all your comments, thoughts, super chats, all of that, guys. Let me pay the bills first, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me all on social media: 3D Boxing Blog. Smash the like button, guys. Please join the Patreon if you have not already. In the Patreon, you get the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. Just $5 a month gets you the lock of the week. It gets you access to the Discord. In the Discord, we do all the live betting, all the updated props. We do the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe for just $5 a month. Just $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice. So join the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's also in that little ticker below. It's pinned in the chat. Just $5 a month is going to get you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. So do that. After you guys do that, head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. Make sure to use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. It's nutrition of a steak, the convenience of a bar. It's a meal in your pocket. It's the world's only high-fat, grass-finished beef bar that replaces a meal while on the move and stores for years. Get your travel autonomy and freedom back. CarnivalBar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. Carnival Bar. All right. I want to just recap last week real quick. Last week, I gave you guys 2 locks of the week. Both of them hit. One of them didn't pay as well because obviously Keyshawn was a part of it and Keyshawn's fight fell out. But I want to just go over the 2 locks with you that both of which hit. So the first one was Keyshawn Davis money line that got voided. It was Abdullah Mason money line, Nakatani money line, Pierce O'Leary money line, Antonio Perez money line. We hit that one, and then I gave you guys a second lock. Let me get that pulled up too. And the second lock was over 8.5 on Hicks Toussaint, over 8.5 on Kelvin Davis Albright, and Mason money line minus 2,500. I also additionally I hit on my side bets, my standalone bets. I hit on Toussaint money line. I hit on Albright money line. I hit on Huney and Worley not to go the distance. And then I lost on Boca Chica. So for me, it was a really, really, really good week. I know Muscles had a really big week. Guys, if anyone here had a big week, let me know in the chat. It was a really, really good week. It's a profitable week. Let me know what you guys have in the chat. I'm going to get to all your comments now. But if you guys, your wins, your victories, brag about them in the chat below, guys. It was a really good week. I had a really, really big week. Told you don't. I didn't bet on Uni. I bet. I want to get on that. That's going to be my poll question. Let me start my poll question. I don't. Well, I'll give you my opinion in a second. Was the Uni fight a quick stoppage or count? No. All right. Guys, let me know. Vote in the poll there. Vote in the poll. Let me get to everyone's comments here. I just want to know, do you think the uni stoppage was either a quick count or a quick stoppage? Look, if you go back objectively and you watch the count is quick. There's no question about that's a quick count. 100%. But to me, the fight was over. That shot put him down. It was over. He went down super hard. He got up. He's falling all over himself. His legs weren't underneath him. He's falling all over himself. To me, the stoppage was fine. It's hard to argue that the count wasn't quick. The count was super quick. But to me, it didn't matter. As soon as a shot like that lands, you go down like that. That's it. The fight's over. Shout out to Uni for trying to get up. He did get up and continue, but it was over at that point. To me, that fight was over. I told you not to bet on Uni. I didn't. I bet on the fight not to go the distance. Watching the fight, Uni was the bet, even though he blew it at the end and the ref had a questionable count. See, that's my question. The count was quick. There's no question about it. But even if he beats the count, I'm stopping the fight because he doesn't have his legs under it. I'm not letting him go out there and get killed. He got up. He beat the count. The count was quick. Fair enough. But even if he does, I'm still stopping the fight. I'm not letting him continue in that state. Mike said for the odds, at least plus 250 on the money line, and it was plus 400 and change for Uni by decision, and was working him the whole fight until he got cracked. You know, it's heavyweights. This is why I try to avoid heavyweights. The only really bet I like in heavyweights are fights not to go the distance. I so many times in non-heavyweight fights, I like to go over. I like to go the distance, etc. With the heavyweights, I like to go not to go the distance. I like knockouts in heavyweight fights, generally speaking, and I hit again there because the knockouts can come at any time for real in the heavyweight division. I also had a general question. Maybe someone can help me out here. Fabio Wardley used to be a matchroom fighter. He came up with Eddie Hearn. He fought on Eddie Hearn cards. He fought on Anthony Joshua cards. He fought with Eddie Hearn coming up. At what point did he go over to Queensberry? When did that happen? When did he become a Queensberry fighter? What do you call almost winning? Losing. Still it's a fair point. It's a fair point. Right, but in a betting sense, I'd rather have money on Uni in that situation in the long run. Run the fight back 10 times and see who makes more money betting on Uni or Wardley. I agree with Mike, but Ramblers, if you bet on Wardley, you won. If you bet on Uni, you lost. If you bet on the fight not to go the distance, you also won. But Mike, both guys make a fair point here, right? Like, just because a bet didn't work out doesn't make it a bad bet. But Rambo's right. Uni won the fight. So, I agree with Mike. Value was on Uni. I think Uni was looking like the better fighter, and he got caught, and that happens in the heavyweight division. It happened. If they ran it back, who do you think would be the favorite? Probably pretty close to even. A lot closer. Mar the Prince says, salute, Gary. Wild weekend of boxing. Albright managed to pull up the upset, and the DB3 stock seems to have plummeted in a matter of 48 hours. I think that's fair. I think that's reasonable. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now with DB3. They were the future of boxing, the face of boxing led by Keyshawn. Keon, look, I feel bad for Keon. I interviewed Keon. If you go to 3D Boxing, you check out the page. I have an interview with Keon. He's holding his little baby daughter. Nice guy. Good interview. Polite. Gave me the time of day. I appreciate it. And we talked to him post-fight. We interviewed him too. A good guy. I don't know what happened after the fight. Obviously, that's unacceptable. Keyshawn, I don't know. Keyshawn seems to be on something. He missed weight. He's sitting there flexing, and everything after he missed weight by 4.5 pounds, which was wild to me. Like, that was ridiculous. He's sitting there flexing after he missed weight. Made no attempt to even make weight or get closer to the weight. Didn't try. I interviewed Keon. In my interview with Keon, Keon said we weren't trying to drain ourselves too much. Like, when that's your attitude, that's your attitude. Like, I can't help you much. Keyshawn's a hell of a talent. Keyshawn was coming on strong. He had looked better. He had looked fantastic in his last couple of outings. The Gustavo Lemos fight, the Baranchek fight. He looked phenomenal. He looked like a world beater in those fights. He absolutely did. And then he does this. And it's his homecoming. He sold that place out against Gustavo Lemos. He still had almost a sellout last night, even though he wasn't fighting. Like, he could sell tickets. He could move tickets. He did himself no favors. And he did his career no favors. And we're sitting at the weigh-in. I'm at the weigh-in. Bob Arum is sitting behind us. When Keyshawn weighs in and they go 139, 139.3 or 139.3, Bob Arum just goes, "What the fuck is this shit?" That's a direct quote. I don't curse, but that's a direct quote from Bob Arum. And then he made no attempt to make the weight. The fight fell through. It was a travesty, and it was a decision that Keyshawn made. It was a business decision by the businessman to not make the weight. Keon told me they weren't trying to drain themselves too badly. Said the quiet part out loud, Keon. They missed the weight. He's going to take a functional size advantage into the ring. He's not going to drain himself. He's going to feel good. He's going to feel strong. He's going to be the bigger guy. He's going to win. And De Los Santos isn't going to back out. De Los Santos is going to take the fight. It's the biggest payday of his career, I would imagine. I didn't see the purses. It's a big payday for him. He's going to take it. He's still fighting for a title, so he still has a chance to become a champion. So it is what it is. And now his KO and weakened next time, or do you think Worldly took more damage? No, I think if they rematch, Uni would win. Uni was dominating the fight up until he got stopped. That's always a threat. The old adage in boxing is, if I knock you out the first time, I'll knock you out the second time, only this time quicker. I don't really know if I believe that. Not in a fight like that. Not where you were losing he came in and he got the stoppage when he needed. So shout out, total respect to Worldly. But he was not looking good in that fight. He bailed himself out, so kudos to him. But I don't know if you can bet on that to happen over and over again. Who looked like the better fighter to you? Personally, I'd rather not get KO'd. I don't think there's much snap on them uni punches. Yeah, I know. I agree. I thought, he hadn't fought anybody, and he stopped with these guys. He got a decent knockout ratio. He's getting knockouts. It looks like he's got popped when you're doing the tape on, but yeah, it didn't seem like the shots were that hard when you see him fight another top guy like that. Checking in from the gym. Appreciate you, Muscles. Appreciate you, Muscles. Muscles had a big weekend. What's really good? What a really good weekend of fights. Made a lot of money. Yeah, I made a lot of money too, man. It was a good weekend. Garrett, I know you were pissed when the Keyshawn fight I was so pissed, man. I've got to interview Keyshawn before. I've got to talk to him. He's always come off as a really nice guy. I don't know if it was being at home. The fame got to his head. He's always been a really good guy. I don't know what the hell that was that happened. The weighing thing, that's the way. I don't approve of it. It's completely unprofessional. It is entirely unprofessional. I don't approve of it at all. It's the direction in which things are going. It's a business decision. Keyshawn was going to give up his belt on Sunday morning anyway if he wanted to fight. He's going to call the IBF and say, I'm vacating the belt, moving to 140. Why don't I just give it up on Friday on the scale and not kill myself to make weight and go in with a functional size advantage, weight, all of that? Why not do that? So he decided to do it. Did anyone feel Troy Isley didn't deserve the decision? This was a topic of debate ringside. On press row, this was a topic of debate. I thought Isley won. I thought he won clearly. I thought he for sure won 6 rounds, which gives him a fight, and he might have won another round. So he won. It was not a good performance. It's not a performance that you give and then say, I'm going to get the best guys at my weight class to fight me. I'm going to get a world title fight off of that. You know, it's he's not beating any of the guys at once. He's not beating Adames. He's not beating Laura. He's not beating Janabek. He's not beating. It's not a great division. He's not beating Marquise Tail. He's not beating these guys with that kind of performance. If I gave you guys names like Eric Priest, could he beat Eric Priest? Could he beat Ammo Williams? Could he beat Aaron McKenna? I don't know. Maybe he beats all those guys. Maybe he loses those guys. It just wasn't a performance. Does he beat Hamza Shiraz? I don't think so. I don't even rate Hamza Shiraz that high. To me, it just wasn't a great performance by any stretch of the imagination. Right? He struggled with the height and reach. If he struggled with the height and reach of him, Hamza Shiraz, it got something else for him. Hamza can punch too. So, does he beat Ammo Williams? Does he beat Eric Priest? Does he beat Eric McKenna? What's up? What's up, DJ? Really good weekend of fights, though. Good weekend of fight. And shout out to my boy Abdullah Mason. Mason really saved the day. Mason's one of the good guys. I got a good relationship with Abdullah Mason. He's just one of the good guys in boxing. I like him a lot. I wish him the best. I want to see him fight for the world title next. I know that they were going to petition the BO for the title. Was it the BO or the BF? It's the BF, right? Yeah, it's the BO. It's WBO. So the WBO is going to sanction Noakes and Mason. So that's going to happen. That's a great fight. I hope they do it here because I will absolutely go to that. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. Going to be another great weekend. Absolutely. For the most part, everyone had a pretty decent weekend. For the most part, I had a really good weekend. It was a phenomenal weekend for 3D boxing. Most bets hit. I stayed away from Worldly. I told 79 Pros before the Worldly fight was going to get his ass kicked, but win. Risky AF. Yeah, you're right about that. You hit that one on the head. I thought Isley won. It's just not a good performance. Troy had me sweating. Yeah, Muscles had Troy. He had a parlay. I paid him big. He had Troy Isley in it, and Troy Isley made him sweat for sure. I was confident he won. I had 6 rounds. I thought were clear he won, and it might have been a 7th in there. He won the round. It just wasn't impressive, and it wasn't good. And he's going to complain that Top Rank doesn't promote him, and then he does that. I hit big. I didn't miss anything in boxing. I know that this in the 2 weeks, but Rodriguez is going to upset Yafai. I had my money on Uni, cashed out in the 9th round. Perfect execution. Me and 79 Pros called the Albright fight 100% correct. There you go. What up, Jab? Jab's in the house. What up, my man? What up, my dude? 79 actually got the exact rounds right on the Albright Davis by 8-2. Yeah, I had 8-2, maybe 9-1, maybe 10-0. Was it the 6th round that Davis did his best work? It was the 7th. It was the 6th or the 7th. Even at that, it's like, are we sure he won that round? Are we quite certain he won that round? Because Albright did good work in that round too. It was, during the weigh-in, Albright said that he was going to outclass. He was going to outclass him. He was going to outclass Davis, Kelvin Davis. And he said, I went the distance with your brother. And Keyshawn and Kelvin said, you went the distance because you ran the whole time. Not totally true, but okay, fair point. And Albright was like, yeah, you don't get it. I'm at that level. I went the distance with Keyshawn because I'm at that level. You're not. And Albright was right. Ref was deaf real quick with it. All right, a lot of people think the stop is quick. I definitely think Worldly gets beat by any of those real heavyweights. I think so too. The stoppage was good. Count was fast. Yeah. How much time was left in that? Who knows the answer to how much time was left in the uni fight? The rest are going to start giving these MFs a chance to get up. At least one, the worst one, the way about the fight after they get up before the count ends. I get protecting fighters, but it's turns. I agree. When the fighter gets up, let him walk right, let him walk left, let him walk forward. If he can do those things, let him continue and he's not falling all over himself. But give him that chance. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Worldly signed with Queensberry in 2024. Thank you. Thank you, Mar. Exactly. A good bet isn't always right. How do you feel about Andy and the Hitchens fight? I'm doing the tape now. I just finished the tape on Andy Cruz. Easy fight, Andy Cruz. Easy fight. Really. I haven't gotten to Hitchens yet. I'm going to stop that tape today. Hopefully, I'll have it up by either tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. That'll be out next for you guys. But I like Hitchens off the top of my head. But I'll get to the tape. We're going to get into that shortly, guys. What up, Ryan? What up, Ryan Hong? My man. Nakatani looked like a world beater as usual. I was getting I watched a little piece of the Nakatani fight on my phone. I couldn't. I was trying to get to the airport, and getting home last night was an absolute disaster. But I did get home, so all's well that ends well, I suppose. Great weekend. Let's run it up again. Yeah, great weekend. Bob Arum, something like a 1920 mobster behind you. It was awesome. Bob is real. Sometimes he's supposed to get the best of us, and we won't realize it until stuff happens. No, it's fair, DJ. It's fair. Udi is flawed. I never bet on. Same. I would never bet on the random bum on the Ramford bomb. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something wrong with Worldly because he should have been able to. I don't think Worldly's that good. Does Troy deserve to be on top rank? Huh. I mean, look, he keeps winning. I don't love him. Like I said, I just gave you a list of names of guys that could probably beat him. I'm not going to say if he does or he doesn't. Troy not that good. No, he's not. Troy's not beating Aaron McKenna. Is he beating Ammo? And who is he beating? You know what I'm saying? Lionel Thompson says he's very confident Shiraz beats Berlanga. 100%. 100%. Having been in the ring of ball. I think so, too. I don't rate Berlanga. I think Berlanga sucks. Why does De Los Santos team did was 100% correct, and I think it's not. And I think it stops missing weight, in my opinion. De Los Santos still gets paid. Keyshawn loses the belt and doesn't get paid. Good consequence. No, I'm fine with that. How do you grade Tiger's before? I actually asked him this question. If you go to 3D Boxing, you check out the YouTube page. There's an interview. I did an interview with Tiger right after the fight. He gave himself a B. I'd probably say a B-. It was a professional performance. Against a guy. I got Boca Chica at plus 600. So I bet Boca Chica. I lost. But I rate Boca Chica fairly high, reasonably high. I think it's a real opponent. And I thought Boca Chica, I thought he did good. I thought he outboxed him. It wasn't sensational. I would give him a B- for the performance. It's above average. It's not great. It was a good performance. I'm not upset with it. In the second half of the fight, he did better than the first half. He dominated the fight in the second half. I thought the fight was very even through 5 or 6 rounds. And then he carried it towards the end, and he clearly won. So I give him a B-. What was with that performance, Troy loses to McKenna and Janabek. He definitely loses to Janabek. He gets stopped by Janabek. I think McKenna beats him too. He beats Eric Priest. All right, maybe. Tiger had a good performance. Does he beat Ammo? Nakatani looks superb. Inoue versus Nakatani. And Nakatani, a new age Nakatani is the fight to make. I love from your lips to God's ears, Marta Prince. I had a good weekend. Good for you. It was a good weekend. It was a money making weekend. This is a weekend we can bring down the house. Any reads on the Galify Frankie Rodriguez fight? Surprised to see the odds are somewhat close. I haven't looked at the odds yet. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm going to. Yafai is whack. He's a Rob McCracken protege. It's good, Rambler. It's good. Kevin hardly landed anything. Calvin did not look good. He did not. Gary, have you read the story of the WA making a guy who passed away a mandatory challenge for the flyweight title? Think his name. I have not heard this. I am going to look into this now. It wouldn't be the first time that one of the major organizations ranked a dead guy. A good weekend, but tiring with so many fights. It was a really busy weekend, Will. Thanks for checking in. My best bet was Sean Hemphill decision. There you go, Will. All of the hate towards DB3 deserved, but does anyone actually think Albright would have a chance against Keyshawn in a rematch? No. I've never rated Kelvin. I've watched every one of Kelvin's fights. I've been live for a lot of them. I've never rated Kelvin. This weekend going to be easy. I think this could be a good weekend. Ramblo, we're going to make good money on Yafai versus Rodriguez. Rodriguez is an underdog at plus 210, and he got robbed against Ioka. Took Nakatani by decision. What up, Cedric? I think Nakatani is a sick bastard and was getting off on beating Nishida up. He never gets to beat up on anyone because they all run away because he was savoring that ass whipping. He's a sick. Well said. Well said, Real. Oh, you guys think that Tiger may have lost? Interesting. I thought he won. 6-4, 7-3. It was competitive. I just thought he won. Yeah, I thought Tiger won. I do agree that Boca Chica was fighting like he didn't want to win. Boca Chica was avoiding exchanges. Tiger's not really known as a puncher, but he did stop Kendo Castaneda. And now this fight, you can see Boca Chica did not want to exchange with him. Tiger by decision. There you go. Boca Chica, I don't want to say he wasn't trying. It did seem like at times he wasn't fighting to win. It did seem that way. Nakatani smokes in a way, and it won't be close. I don't know if that's fair. If you want to pick Nakatani, I'm with it. It won't be close. I think Nakatani knocks out in a way. Ooh, I got a poll question for y'all the next show. Taking Cruz via stoppage, second half of the fight. Donaire returns this weekend. He's 41 years old. Not super. He's 41. I love Donaire. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Great fighter. I just, enough is enough, Donito. I always thought if Inoue lost somebody was going to sleep him. I've never liked his defense. He drops his hands. He's easy to. I don't want to say he's easy to time. He can be timed. I don't disagree. There's not a ton of head movement, but that's the way the Japanese guys are. Troy versus Lorenzo Simpson. Interesting. Donaire damn near always 85 years old. If I like him to keep fighting. I'm confused how the poll is this close. What are people seeing? How is it not a quick count? I haven't looked at the poll. You guys got Hitchens KO decision. Let me see the poll. All right, so guys, keep voting in the poll. Keep voting in the poll. We got 24 votes in. You guys at 54-46 is very, very close. You guys do think it was a fairly quick stoppage or count. Jahai Tucker versus Lorenzo Simpson is 2 weeks from now. That'll be a good one. That is a good one. They don't. I mean, they keep giving Jahai Tucker these. I mean, if you look at who Jahai Tucker fights, as opposed to who as opposed to who Abdullah Mason fights, or you know what I'm saying? Like they're really, really throwing Jahai in with the Wolves. Maybe Keyshawn, okay, Floyd's advice is being the villain. American boxing doesn't like black fighters by household names unless they are seen as the bad guy. Crawford isn't a household name. He's a good guy. You think we're going to get odds on a Tabiti card? Probably. I think so. We did last time, didn't we? All right. All right. Let me. I'm going to pull up Pro Box. All right. My dog wants in on the conversation. Let me let my dog in. Come on in, Cannoli. All right. Let me get to Pro Boxing odds. All right, right now we just have the three. I'm going to recap the three real quick. And then we'll wrap it up. Guys, if you have any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, leave them now. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats are always appreciated. I will get to. I just want to. We only got 3 fights, and I'll get more into these on tonight's show. But Andy Cruz, I like Andy Cruz. I probably like him by decision. Although I would just put this in my parlay. Andy Cruz, money line, just lock it up. Hitchens is far too wide for me at minus 1,400, although I do think he wins this fight. And I think Brian Norman Jr. wins. To me, these aren't difficult. If you parlay all 3 of them together, you're getting minus 223. We're almost there. We're on to something here. Hitchens, Cambogia, did we get Hitchens by decision? Ooh, we do have Hitchens by decisions. I do like Hitchens by decision. Guys, there's a nice little parlay. Cruz, Norman, Hitchens by decision. I do like that, guys. I do like that. That's a nice little bet. That's a nice little 3-leg parlay. That's going to make you almost even money, guys. All right, last shot to get into the conversation. I'm going to wrap. I will be live again tonight, y'all. I'll be live around 8 o'clock Eastern. So if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, leave them now or forever hold your peace, or at least hold them till 8 p.m. Let me get through these. And then I will get to the poll, and then we'll wrap. Jahai been put through the gauntlet. They hate him. I don't understand why. Good fighter. New York City, natural fan base. I don't understand why they want to drop him. That is obvious. That's a good point about Jahai. Yeah, they don't like him. I don't know why. I don't understand. I don't know. They must have been something wrong with Worldly anyway, because if Lorena, a blown-up cruiserweight, can take the front foot, then Worldly should have been able to. I still wouldn't take Uni in a rematch. Interesting. Okay. Hitchens by decision or the over. Andy Cruz fight to go over. That's what I got right now. I like it. I like it. Good luck, though, Mike. It's not the 19th. I just don't have a whole lot to look at. Any upsets? I don't see it. Not of the 3 fights I have there. Not at all. Andy Cruz could lose. I'm not sold on him yet. 79 with the hot take on Norman fights the 19th. 79 with the hot take on Andy Cruz. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to get the name wrong. There's a bunch of tape on him. If you go to Daily Motion, Mishiru, he's not it. He's not the one that can upset him. He definitely, I agree. He definitely beats that guy. All right, let me finish up my poll, guys. Any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, leave them now. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap. All right, you guys, by a margin of 58-42, you think that it was either a quick stoppage or a quick count. I tend to agree that the count was quick. The stoppage was fine. All right. I agree. He's not it, but Cruz struggles with pressure badly. Yeah. 19th to 22nd is a solid week. Norman, Brandon Lee, Malnicki, Caleb Smith, etc. Easy win for Cruz. I tend to agree. What do I think? How do you grade Malnicki? I grade him as a club. I don't grade him. I don't think he's any good. I'm really not a fan of Malnicki. Great white hype, product of nepotism. I don't think that highly of Vito Malnicki. I think Cruz wins. He's badly overrated right now. Andy gonna rinse Hironi. He loses. His one loss was to a guy similar to Andy Cruz but slower. Fraudman Vito Malnicki fights next week. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be there for that fight too. He's fighting a level fighter, a D-level fighter. Vito success, not a fan of Vito. I remember I made money on that draw in his last fight. I made money on that. Andy fought nothing but pressure fighters. Shout out to Vito, my man. Shout out to Vito, man. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap. It is June 9th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless. I will see y'all by 8 o'clock tonight Eastern time. He did. 79 is not wrong here. Yeah, I agree. Hironi is flat-footed. I'm dropping the video shortly, so I'll be back. All right, y'all. June 9th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.